Okay, so if my cat will let me. No! Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Hi, welcome back to Reading with Money. I'm Money, and today I'm doing my November TBR. It's gonna be chaotic, just so you're warned. So, if you're new here, my TBR game is based on the TV show Friends, as you can probably see. It's filled with references to the show. That's basically it. Each square represents either a genre or a card, which has more varied prompts. And that's basically it. I go around the board. I usually throw the die 6 times. You'll see what happened this month. And yeah, there are no rewards or punishments for finishing or not finishing the TBR. I am mostly a mood reader, so this is just to help me pick the books, because sometimes I can be a bit indecisive. Anyway, let's go over last month's books, just as a preview of my wrap-up. So, last month, let me check my list. Last month, I had to read a fantasy, and I read A Court of Mist and Fury. I did read it. There's a vlog, which you can watch, about my thoughts with spoilers, but yes. Then I had to read a classic, and I stretched it a little bit, but I did read Adulthood Rights by Octavia E. Butler. I can't talk today. I did finish this like yesterday. It was fantastic. Then I had a random letter generator. I got the letter L, and I chose Leech by Hiram Ennis. Still not sure how to say this author's name. I did read that in a vlog, actually. You can also watch that. Oh boy. Then I had historical fiction, and I am reading All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I literally just started it today, but I am reading it. I am gonna read it finally, because it's been in my TBR for like 3 months now, so yeah. Then I had a lightning round card, and it was a book you know nothing about. I read Bunny. Finally, I read Bunny by Mona Awad. Yeah. Oh my god, loved it. And finally, I had to read a book based on mythology, or you know, a myth retelling or something like that. And I read Thistlefoot by Jenna Rose Nethercott, also in that horror vlog that I mentioned before. And I did love that as well. So I only have to finish All the Light We Cannot See, but it's gonna take me a while. It is pretty chunky, and I just spread a lot of cat hair around. Why did that happen? That's not gonna be good for my allergies. Anyway, let's go over what happened this month. I thought last month was a bit restrictive, even though I did have a variety of genres and things. I don't know. I wanted to read other things, but I wanted also to finish the TBR. Is this what happens to booktubers? And that's why they don't read the books that they want to? I don't know. But anyway, I decided that I would introduce a new rule for this month, and that is that if I land on the same genre more than once, that I would roll again, just so that I could have more variety. You'll see how that goes during the course of this video. Let's just start with roll number 1. Okay, cards have been shuffled. Here's my little Lego book counter. That's where I last left off, I think. And okay, let's start. Roll number 1. 1. Not moving far away. Okay, so The Fridge is a mystery, thriller, horror, that kind of thing. And for that, I chose a book that it was previously on a TBR, but now I own a physical copy of it, and that is The Appeal by Janice Hallett. I am super excited to read this. I did start reading it on my Kindle, and I was like, no, this is gonna be impossible, because as you can see, it's like, what? Why? Sorry about that. As you can see, it's like mixed media kind of thing. So it's like emails and post-it notes and like text messages. It was gonna be very confusing to read it on my Kindle. That's what I thought, at least. So I got a physical copy at last, and I'm very excited to read it. So this is supposed to be like a small town in England and there's a murder or something. But I'm not really sure what else is going on in this book, and I don't want to because it's a mystery. So this is the first book. Roll number 2. 2. 1, 2. An eagle flew in, landed on the stove and caught fire. So eagle is fantasy, and I am putting here the first book that I'm probably going to read in November because it comes out like November 1st. And that is A Restless Truth by Freya Marske, still not sure. This is the second book in her The Last Binding trilogy, I think that's what it's called. And the first book is called A Marvelous Light. It follows Robin. He's a civil servant and he discovers that magic is real, and his job involves liaising between the magic world and the normal world. It's also speculative historical fiction. Did I say that? It's like set in the Victorian times. I love it. Anyway, the magic system is also super unique, so yeah. Anyway, this book, the one that comes out now, the second one, follows Robin's sister, whose name I can't remember, but she makes a brief appearance in the first book, and she was great. So yes, I think it might involve a sapphic romance, this one, so very exciting. And yeah, I'm as soon as I get my hands on this book, I am reading it. I'm dropping everything else because yes, I love the first one so much. So yeah. Okay, roll number 3. Okay, roll number 3. It's another 2. 1, 2. If you know me, you know that I always roll low numbers. I have very bad luck. So yeah, it doesn't matter for this game, but yeah. Anyway, that's a lightning round card. So let's see what it is. A scotch, a tape. Great. I love this card. Good for me. Okay, roll number 3 got me one of my favorite cards because it scotch tape. Yeah, the reference to Friends always makes me laugh because it's a classic Friends episode that everyone loves, I think, the one with the bed. Anyway, so yes, latest purchase. For that, I had a bit of a choice because I did recently buy some books, but I am going with this one. It's called The Charioteer. Am I saying Charioteer? I think I'm saying it correctly. By Mary Renault. This is like classic. I think it was published like in the 50s. Oh, it has a bookmark. I got this from Better World Books, so it is used, but it is in really good conditions. Same as The Appeal, actually. Anyway, so this follows a soldier from World War II who comes home, and I think he's gay. Like, yeah. I think it involves some sort of like gay underworld thing, because, you know, back in those days, yeah, it was not allowed. Anyway, my best friend recommended this book a while ago, and I finally got my hands on it. I am very intrigued to read it and see what I think. It says in the back that it's a tender, intelligent coming-of-age novel and a bold and apologetic portrayal of homosexuality that stands with Gore Vidal's The City and the Pillar and James Baldwin's Giovanni's Room, which is another book that I really want to read as a landmark work in gay literature. So excited to read this. Rule number 4. 2. 1, 2. This book is light years ahead of its time. Okay, so the cyborg Jane Eyre there is sci-fi. And for that, I am going with Imago. I think that's how you say this name, by Octavia E. Butler. It's the third in the Xenogenesis or Lilith's Brood series by her. Like I said before, I just finished Adulthood Rights, which is the second one, and I really loved it, and I definitely need to finish this trilogy now because, yes, it ends kind of like on a cliffhanger, so yes. If you don't know what the series is about, it's about humanity having basically destroyed itself, like in the 70s or something, through nuclear war, and some aliens come and rescue what's left of humanity, but yeah, they are very weird aliens, and what they do as a species is super interesting. That's all I can say, really, without spoiling things. But yeah, the series is very, very interesting. You can probably watch my wrap-up where I will go into a bit more detail about the second book, but the themes it explores, like the whole series, is just super interesting. Okay, let's move on to roll number 5. I think that's where we are. We're gonna be here a while. Roll number 5. 1. That's another lightning round card. Why can't I say that? Okay. I'll wear them all the time, you'll see. So this is physical TBR. Awesome. So I got another lightning round card. It was Monica's Boots. So it's the physical TBR, something that you actually own. And for that, again, like most booktubers, I have a big pile of unread physical books, but not as big as other people, I think, but still, it's pretty big. But I am reading one of my latest purchases again, too, because that's what I feel like reading. And that is Artemis by Andy Weir. I recently read The Martian and absolutely loved it. And when I saw this, actually, like in a bookstore in Uruguay, I was like, I need to get this. All I know is what it says here on the front, like, does for the moon what The Martian did for Mars. I'm sold. That's it. That's all I want. I have no idea what it's actually about. It's science fiction. The Martian was super funny and kind of thrillery, so I'm all for it. And roll number 6, possibly the last one. 1. Okay, that's another fantasy. I think I'm gonna institute my new rule now. Okay, and roll number 6 is where things got interesting, because I landed on fantasy again, and like I said, I wanted to like have some more variety, so that's, yeah, you'll see later I chose to roll again. Yeah, anyway, for this fantasy I am going to read A Court of Wings and Ruin. That's the third one, right? Yes, by Sarah J. Maas. It's the third one in the ACOTAR series, A Court of Thorns and Roses. If you're new here, I'm reading this basically because my sister asked me to, and yeah. I was not expecting to read this ever, because it's not really my cup of tea. And I did enjoy the first one, sort of. Second one, not so much. Again, you can go watch that vlog. I am still intrigued to see where things are going, especially because the second book ended in a more interesting note, let's say, than the first one. So yes, I will be reading this and I will be vlogging my experience again. I think that's what makes it so much fun, that I text my sister and I film myself and my reactions to the things that happen in this book. So yeah, if you don't know what this is about, this is fantasy, romance. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but the second one was a Persephone and Hades retelling. There's fays and humans, and yeah, I'm not doing a very good job, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows at this point what ACOTAR is, so yeah, sorry about that. Okay, roll number 7. Okay, let's do one more roll. Roll number 7. Okay, but yeah, okay. Okay, so the Central Perk spot is like the beginning, this like the starter square, let's say. And my original rule was that if I landed exactly on it, I get to do a book haul, or I get to buy a book. But I can't do that. I mean, I probably will buy a book, but I can't really decide right now what I'm gonna buy, because I technically should be on a book buying ban. My god, English is hard today. I have, like I said, recently bought books, and I am going on a trip in like a month and a half. So, oh my god, I'm so excited. And I am gonna buy books on that trip. So I'm gonna save this. I'm just gonna move on to the next roll, which is, at this point, who knows, roll 8, 7. It's gonna be the 7th book. Let's do one more roll, because that doesn't, I mean, technically I could, but I'm not gonna, so another roll. That is not what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want another fantasy. Why? Why is this happening? This is not what I wanted. I wanted variety. I got another fantasy. But anyway, I do have another fantasy book that I was hoping to read this month, and that is The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. It's the second one in her Atlas series. The first one is The Atlas 6, which I read last year. Really enjoyed. I am very intrigued to see what happens next, so I will probably have to watch some sort of recap, especially because the first book was self-published first, and then it got picked up by Tor, like, you know, and there were some edits, and yeah, I don't know exactly what changed, or if it's, you know, necessary to have read the edited version before you read the second one, but yeah, hopefully not, and I can just watch a recap because I'm not rereading the Atlas 6. Anyway, if you don't know what this book is about, the Library of Alexandria in this universe never really got destroyed. Instead it's protected by the Alexandrian Society, and every once in a while new recruits join the society, and they all have like magic abilities. So we follow these 6 very powerful individuals, and they're all very unique, and the premise is that only 5 of them will actually enter the society itself. And that's basically it. It has kind of like a dark academia vibe. The magic system is super complicated. That's why I didn't give it 5 stars originally, I think, the first book, because some things were very confusing, and there were... Anyway, I don't know why I'm getting into this right now, but yes, I am putting it on the TBR. Who knows if I'll get to it, because you'll see what happens next, because since I landed on fantasy again, I still wanted more variety, so I rolled again. Happening. Do I dare to have 8 books on my TBR? I mean, yes, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna roll again. Roll number 9. No! No, I don't want another mystery or a horror or whatever. Oh boy. Okay. 1, 2. And I landed on the same thing again. At least it wasn't another fantasy, but I did land on mystery, horror again, thriller kind of thing. So I might be stretching this a bit, but I don't care, because yeah. But I am putting Dark Matter by Blake Crouch on the TBR. Technically it is a thriller, but it does have like sci-fi elements, as far as I know. I have no idea what it is about. I think this is the one where someone wakes up and they have a completely different life. I think this is the one. I read Upgrade by Blake Crouch earlier this year. It was like his latest book, but it was the first time I had ever read from him. I really enjoyed it, but I have heard that this one is like the best one. Or at least people really seem to love this book. I also got this from World Better Books. So yes, it's such a weird edition, like so tall and narrow. I don't think I've ever seen a book like this, and when you open it, it's like super narrow. Anyway, again, who knows if I'll get to all of these books, but I have been meaning to read this for a while, so yes, I'm putting it on the TBR. And then I decided to roll again, because why not at this point? Now, at this point, my TBR is just a big pile of possibilities, but, you know, whatever. Let's see what the last roll was. Okay, I'm just gonna cut my losses and stop the game here, because although I am tempted to see what would happen if I rolled again. Yeah, I'm gonna. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's another card. That could introduce variety. Let's see what it is. He's so pretty, I want to cry. A book with a beautiful cover. Okay, I could technically work with this. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, and for that I got the He's So Pretty, I Want to Cry card. I don't know why I keep showing these to you. You can't see them because of the ring light. It doesn't focus. Like, whatever. So this is a beautiful cover, and I am going to put here A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers. This cover is beautiful. In fact, I think I prefer this cover than the cover of the first book. Like, these are more like my colors, I guess. So yes, this is the second book in her Monk and Robot series. If you don't know, these are like short novellas, I guess. They're very short. But it's like soft science fiction. We follow this tea monk who one day goes into the wilderness and they meet a robot. And they form a friendship, and it's so heartwarming and beautiful. And yes, I've been meaning to read the second one for a while. I think I need to be emotionally prepared because the first one left me sobbing, but it did good things to my soul. So yes. November is a pretty busy month for me, and now I have 9 books on my pile of books to read. Anyway, I won't get to 9 books in November. Like last month, like in October, I read 5, and I started 1. So, and November is a lot busier for me, because it's like final evaluations, international exams. Yeah, there's a lot going on for me in November. But yes, I think that's why I wanted to have such a big, you know, variety, so that I could choose what I actually want to be reading during the month, I guess. I don't know. We shall see how it goes. But again, no punishments. This is just for fun for me. So, yeah, I think that about covers it. Sorry for the chaos, but hopefully it was still enjoyable. I guess I'll have to see when I edit this, because yeah. Anyway, comment down below if you have read any of these books, and tell me, what do you think I should start with, apart from A Restless Truth. I am definitely starting with that one. But yes, other than that, what do you think I should read first? Tell me what you're reading this month. Are you participating in any readathons? Because I am not, as I said. I am very busy, and I just wanted possibilities for this month. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already to see how I do and the vlogs I have planned for this month. We'll see how that goes. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Happy reading!